Alright, so we're gonna fight Lokkar. One of the things we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try and get behind Lokkar so that his waves will go into the treasure room, and if they do that, they won't come back. We have skill cooldown reduction, which doesn't really matter that much. We're gonna use flat health and casting speed as our two potions. And let's go. Drop our seal here. We're gonna permanently do something, essentially. I keep trying to get where you can do the little thing. Shit. We need to bait him back up. Should have put cluster on the bar, but let's run away for a second. Cluster. Alright, let's sit here in this corner. See if we can get him from here. There we go. Guess we didn't need cluster. Yeah, that's a Lokkar kill on this fresh start playthrough. That's the end of it. Alright, so this is another fresh start to Lokkar build. This is a Mage Hunter focusing on Kalidor's Tempest and Word of Pain. Kaiman's Badge is one of your most important things. That means you need to go Death's Vigil when you are... And Death's Vigil also gives you a boss in Ultimate that will drop this chest. As long as you don't turn in that quest, that boss will respawn, so you can constantly farm that boss for this chest and this shoulders. You can also vendor farm this, but you can also get it. It also 100% drops from the boss in Fort Heron every single time as well. You vendor farm the belt and the 2 rings. That's just the easiest way to get them. The helmet is a nightmare. The drop rate of the helmet is really bad right now. I got lucky with these affixes, but this is the only one of these helmets I had drop this entire run. There's 2 versions of this helmet, and I had one of each drop, and I farmed for a while, which is really a pain in the butt. This amulet is from the Malmoth faction. It's not that difficult to craft. You just have to get a lot of stuff to it. Craft it with Ulgrim to try and get percent armor, because just a little bit more armor will help you get through things. Gloves, I couldn't get a really good gloves because I ran out of money, but these are okay. HP and casting speed. And then boots, I actually got a decent pair of boots, which there could be more physical res on them, but I didn't get Iskandris to drop, which is unfortunate. Iskandris is way better than this. Like, Iskandris is like twice the damage of this. You'll do way more damage if you have Iskandris. But I couldn't get Iskandris to drop. You got a decent pair of pants, but you want to try and get for 6%. Chest is okay. I didn't feel like farming it more. Shoulders, I just went for resistances. Weapon, this is really easy to farm, a decent one. And they've recently changed it to be a scepter instead of a mace. So it actually gets more like caster stats and less like physical damage stats, and rolls better for the affixes. The shield, if you want to go more damage, you go the Stormbox offhand. That gives minus lightning resistance to Stormbox. And you can farm that from the ghost right near Barrelholm in that little cave. But this shield gives a lot of tankiness. Like, it always gives 6% physical res plus whatever your affixes give it. So you can get a lot of resistance on, like, just essentially damage reduction, which Kalidor's Tempest needs. 18% phys res is pretty nice. Armor rating's okay. But we get a lot of flat damage from Inquisitor Seal. Main damaging skill, Calidor's Tempest and Inferno, with Calidor's Tempest 100% lightning damage. And of course, getting these two are two of the more important things. With your last set of points, you don't really have a place to put them. You could go Iskandras, you could go Mastery Bar, or you could go Elemental Balance for the crit damage. Or you could put more points into Arcane Empowerment for crit damage, all damage, and flat damage. This would probably be better overall, but it's only when you're standing on the thing. So when you're just running around like killing things with like Word of Pain, like we use Word of Pain dropping the screen, then it's not as useful. 4 points of Deadly Aim, of course. Max points in Stormbox to get the minus defensive ability, because this essentially ensures we're going to crit all the time. Max this for armor and health and defensive ability. As far as devotions go, it's kind of a weird devotion setup. We're getting Tsunami for Fumble and Impaired Aim, so this adds another tanky layer to us. We have the Turtle Shell Shield. We have Ghoulish Hunger in case we drop to a pretty low health that gives us double our physical resistance. So much attack damage converted to health and increases our little bit of regen we get. We go to Elemental Storm, of course, because we're a single RR build. And 32% flat elemental resistance helps us get the enemy to 0. We also use Viper to get a percent resist if we can't get them to 0, which it doesn't really help that much, but it gives offensive ability. Ghoulish Hunger, or Ghoul's Giant's Blood, I can't speak right now, is good for just another circuit breaker to try and keep us alive. And the big thing that's really kind of weird about this build is we take Phoenix Fire, even though we're not doing fire damage, we're not doing Aether damage. We do convert some of this damage to lightning damage, but not much. The big point of this is to get that 188 damage absorption on crit, because we crit all the time, and we essentially will have this up pretty much every time it's off cooldown, it's up. And this almost makes us immortal when we're standing on top of the seal. It gives us crit damage, elemental damage, health and chaos res, and elemental damage. It's not so bad. It's just, the proc is just there defensively. In our last point, I just put this for offensive ability and health here. Yeah, of course you need Arcane Bomb, but yeah, that's the setup. It's relatively good. It took us a little bit over 18 hours to get all the way here from 0 to Lokkar with our gear, and most of that was because we couldn't get the helmet to drop. We just kept farming and farming and farming and farming the helmet, and we also ran out of money when crafting Heart of Malmeth and Bane, so we also had to farm a bit of money and materials for our stuff. A quick run to show you how it feels, like just kind of running around and farming random things. I'll run to Cronley real quick, and then I'll attach. The Lokkar kill. As you can see, it's not fast, but it's not slow either. And like for Shattered Realm, it's actually really quick. We did our Shattered Realm quests in under, I would say it was under an hour. Do all the Shattered Realm stuff really quickly.
I've been expecting.
Just sit on this, so you can see he's not even going to do any damage.
When I'm done with you, I will crush your friends and Devil's Crossing. I will demonstrate my true power.
You just make sure in the top part of your screen, as long as you have your storm box and your thing up, perfectly fine. Anyways, that's the build. I hope you enjoy it. It's one of my favorite ones so far on the playthrough.